Hey everybody, this is Kelly the Hammy Mama, and I'm going to be doing the controversial parenting tag. I've seen quite a few of these and I find them very interesting to see where everybody stands on certain issues. So I'm going to get right to it. First one, pro-life versus pro-choice. This is an issue that, this may sound silly, but I don't want a stance on. When I was younger, you know, I always said I'd never do this, I'll never do that. You know, I don't know if you guys probably don't know, but I'm actually 41 years old, so I do have a lot of life experience, and I've been through quite a bit in my life, which I won't go into right now. But I always like, oh, I'll never do this, I'll never do that, and you don't know what you'll do, and you don't know what's going on in a person's life. I am a Christian. I know what my church's stance is, and I do believe it. But it's like, I think that abortion is such a personal choice. It's a very moral choice. It's between, you know, you and your higher power, your God, whatever. I don't know. And one thing I can say though, for sure, I don't think government should have a say in what a woman does with her body. I don't. I know my church believes that, and I love my church. I love God. I do. But it's a moral decision between, like I said before, that's all I'm gonna say. Next one. I won't go into that anymore. Baby wearing. I don't know. I think it's great. I think it's fine. I do wear Eli if he wants to. Sometimes he gets, I think, a little claustrophobic. And just kind of wants his freedom. So I think every baby's different, every mom's different. I don't have a strong stance on it one way or the other. I don't think you're going to ruin your child if you do or you don't. I think it's great if you do, and if not, that's fine too. Circumcision. I don't have really strong feelings about it. Personally, we didn't circumcise Eli. He had been through so much during the birth and everything. I just didn't want to put him through any more. And then with doing further research, I just don't think it's necessary. I think it can cause more harm than good, and it's just a cosmetic thing. I mean, really, it doesn't, medically, it's not necessary. So we didn't. I don't judge anybody who does. No, I'm very easygoing. Adoption. I think adoption's wonderful. My husband and I are trying to conceive another child. If we can't, we'd always look into adoption. Our church has a wonderful program for adoption, so we'll see. I think it's great. Baby piercing. Again, I don't have a strong opinion on it. If I had a girl, I would probably wait until she was able to make the decision whether or not she wanted her ears pierced. That's how my mom and dad, you know, I mean, I think I got mine pierced when I was maybe 13 or something, maybe younger, I don't remember, but I think it's, I mean, if someone chooses to do it, have a baby's ears pierced, I'm not going to say, how dare you do that. I'm just not, you know. Breast milk versus formula. I do think breast milk is better. I physically cannot breastfeed. I have hypoplasia and IGT, so I don't have the equipment to do it. I tried, and I did make a video about it, but it just wasn't working for me, so I had to give my baby formula, and he's doing great. So if you can breastfeed, I think it's wonderful. If you choose not to, I'm not going to judge you. You know? Okay, spanking. I don't know. I think that we're going to look into non-spanking forms of discipline. I was spanked. My husband wasn't. We both turned out fine. But nowadays I just think I'd like to find a better way of disciplining. So I don't know. I'm so I'm so like whatever. It's crazy. Okay, co-sleeping. We do not co-sleep. I have a fear of rolling over on the baby. I know that there's different ways you can set it up so that doesn't happen, but I don't know. I feel like he needs independence, and I'm not going to judge. Again, same thing. You know, if you believe in it, great. If not, that's okay. I mean, whatever, each individual couple, you know, parents, children, everybody's different, you know. I just don't believe in judging people unless really there's real harm being done. I would stand up against it, but I don't think any of these things, I mean, co-sleeping, I don't know, whatever. Home versus public versus private versus charter schooling. We're planning on homeschooling. Eli, I've done lots of research. I like research everything. Well, some of these things I didn't research because I just didn't have an interest. But I do want to homeschool Eli, and if you want to, whatever, public is great, private, charter, again, whatever. This is boring. I'm not gonna like yell at anybody here. Vaccinations, okay. We haven't vaccinated Eli. We're not going to vaccinate Eli. I've done a lot of research on this. A lot. Like, not just anti-vaccine web pages. I mean, I've gone to every different group. I've looked at all of everything. And I don't, especially for us, like, I'm very sensitive to vaccines myself. I have a lot of allergies. I think I was harmed by vaccines personally because I have health issues that can stem from vaccines. I mean, it hasn't been proven that that's what caused it, but I don't know. I don't want to take the chance. These diseases are rare, but they're very treatable if he does come down with them. I mean, we've been very cautious about going out in public. We use hand sanitizer. We're not doing daycare. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So, you know, it's what's best for you. I feel like, personally, if Eli was harmed by a vaccine, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. If he got a vaccine preventable disease and something happened to him, I'd feel like I could live with it easier, because it's like it's just the natural, I don't know. I feel like if he was harmed by something I chose to do, I couldn't live with it. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Medicating children. I do like holistic ways of treating illnesses, but I've worked in the medical field for 20 years, so I do know that there is a place for medicine. And if Eli comes down with, you know, a bacterial infection, say, that is treatable with antibiotics, but I don't want to rush for the antibiotics right away. Rush, because that just causes more problems. And so, yeah, I mean, whatever. If he's prescribed something, I'm going to look into it before I give it to him. But if he needs it, then I will, as long as it's something that's safe. But I will try holistic things first. Okay. Cloth versus disposable diapers. Up until now, we've been doing disposable diapers. But we are changing over to cloth. We don't have any yet. We're going to have to build our stash little by little and just get one here, one there, because we just can't afford to just, you know, change all of a sudden. But we do, I mean, and it's something that I didn't know enough about. It's one thing that I really didn't research enough. But now that I am really researching, I'm, you know, I'm looking forward to changing over. So there's that. I mean, we'll probably still use the disposables if we go on trips and stuff. So cried out method. I don't know. I mean, I have like, when he has his crazy time, like when he was a little bit younger, he was just like scream for, you know, a long time, like just nonstop. I'd have to put him down in the crib and kind of go into the other room and take a breath, because you don't want to get to that point where you're just so overwhelmed. So, but I would come back and try something, and it would kind of reset him, if that makes any sense. But I don't believe in just I wouldn't just leave him in there and just cry for hours. It's not healthy for a baby to cry that long, if you can help it. I mean, if sometimes they cry and there's nothing you can do about it. But if just picking him up and rocking him a little bit, like at night when I put him down, and sometimes if he's overtired, he just, you know, he's yelling and yelling. As soon as I pick him up and start rocking him, he kind of falls asleep. And it's not every night, but, you know. So that's it. I think I touched on everything. I'd appreciate it if I didn't get any hate comments. I mean, if I do, that's fine. I know everybody has their own opinion, but I believe in to do unto others, and I wouldn't do that kind of thing to somebody. I wouldn't yell and scream and post hate posts at people, and I would hope that others wouldn't do the same. I mean, it's great if you have an opinion, you want to talk about it and discuss it, because I'm the first one to admit that I don't know everything. And that's why I don't have a strong stance on everything, because I don't know everything, and it's okay if somebody corrects me and says, hey, did you know this? I mean, and I'll be like, hey, no, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. Awesome. You know, I mean, and maybe I could teach somebody something too. That's what it's all about. We're always constantly learning. So I don't know everything. I think I do, but I don't. All right, guys, I think the little one's waking up from his nap, so I'm gonna go. Bye-bye.